Sometimes we want to check our limits. It's helpful to know what the state of our limits are, where our limits are, how much we can, what our capacity is. The breath lets us know moment to moment how we're doing. And a really beautiful thing is that once we notice what we're doing, the breath can make space, help us move, or resource us in really powerful ways. We will do our practice to drop in and notice where our boundaries are, a capacity check, if you will. At one point, I almost call this an edging practice, but it's not that kind of party. So, drop into the breath, allow the breath to come in and out through the nose. Notice what the breath is doing. Make space and allow yourself to receive the breath and release it in your own rhythm. We're not changing the rhythm as yet. We're just observing, feeling the breath in the body, and allowing the breath to move with just a little more ease. And as we're noticing, notice if there's somewhere that feels a little more spacious. And welcome that. It might be a feeling of your attention being drawn to somewhere that's pleasant. And you can savor that for a little bit. Just savor the pleasantness. It doesn't always have to be big and exciting. Sometimes it's just pleasant. Okay. Get comfortable. Give yourself breathing room. You might check to see if you have enough space by just making sure your neck is free, allowing your chest to open, allowing the belly to relax. And on the next exhale, pause. Receive the breath in here. Pause. Relax. Release the breath. Exhale. Pause. Relax. Exhale a little more. Relax. Receive the breath again. Okay. Notice if there's anything different just after that. Even a slight shift in breathing pattern changes the chemistry of your body. The oxygen and CO2 balance change pretty quickly. Let's go again. At the top or the bottom of the next breath, pause. Continue breathing. And in your own time, release the breath fully. Receive the breath. Inhale again. Inhale again. Relax. One more inhale. Pause. Exhale. Exhale again. Relax. One more exhale. Receive the breath. Inhale. Inhale again. One more inhale. Relax. One more time. Inhale if you can. Release. Allow the breath to return to its own rhythm and just notice what the breath is doing now. Notice what the body is saying. And see if that place or that space or that sensation of pleasantness is still there. And as the breath finds its new rhythm, see if it's possible to allow that sensation of pleasantness to expand throughout the body. There's usually a little bit more that we can exhale. We can usually let go a little bit more. And there's usually or often some space to inhale, the opportunity to receive. And we can come back and be grounded in what is pleasant. You can practice this again, and the point is not so much to do it right. There's no gold stars to be had for the exercise. But as you do this, what you want to do is notice that you can exhale a little bit more. Notice what happens when you pause and relax as you're exhaling and as you're inhaling. Allow it to be fun. Play with the breath and see what happens. Try this when you're walking or when you're working or in traffic. As the Hawaiians say, try, see. Okay? A practice. Perfect. Thank you for taking the time to practice. Allow yourself to be breathed. Allow it to be pleasant.